Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a very special episode of Cote's Cube. We're at the Belly Up in Solana Beach, California for the 25th anniversary of Living Colour's seminal album, Vivid. Who's ready to see Living Colour? Yeah! Yeah! We're gonna go talk to the singer, Corey Glover, the man who made this short John famous. Or maybe not, don't film yet. What's up everybody, Cote's Cube, a very special interview here backstage at the Belly Up in Solana Beach. I'm here with one of my idols, one of my heroes, Corey Glover from the band Living Colour. I gotta say first off, happy anniversary, 25 years of Vivid. I guess we can, well, let's start with the gear, right? Okay, so you gotta, every once in a while, some asshole probably wears a wetsuit and comes to a show, right?
You're the first.
Really?
You're the first asshole. Yes,
nice.
Congratulations.
I feel good, I feel good. So, 1988, the Cult of Personality first appears on MTV.
Okay.
You know, as a surfer, you know, little surfer kid here in Southern California. Myself, all our friends, saw you in the wetsuit.
Right. Not
only the music blew our mind, the fact that you were in the wetsuit. Tell us how that even happened. How did you come to don the body glove short John in the video?
I went to a place called Patricia Fields. It's a clothing store in New York, and it was a color I really kind of dug. It was this lime green sort of thing. I thought it was kind of cool. Unbeknownst to me, because I'm not a surfer. Sorry to tell you, I'm not a surfer. It's form-fitting in a way that, you know, at the end of the show, you know, you're sopping wet in this thing. So it was a good and a bad thing. You know, it was like a show is kind of active and you're kind of running around, so you're getting a good sweat on, and you get a considerable sweat when you're wearing one of these things.
I'm sweating now.
I'm sure.
I can imagine.
So there was that aspect of it. But I found it at Patricia Fields, and I liked it. And part of it was not as much. It wasn't as much the surf culture as much as it looked like sort of like a superhero kind of costume.
Nice.
And I thought that was kind of funny. And I thought that was, you know, and a big glove hand on it, and my name's Glover, and it just had a bunch of things that sort of worked in its favor.
Hell yeah! So when you when you did start going around and touring, you guys were touring the world.
Yeah.
How many wetsuits did you bring with you? You had to have a couple, because I can if you danced around in this under hot lights for an hour, 2 hours, you would definitely need a fresh one the next day, right?
Well, you know, after a while, I had a deal with Body Glove, and they gave me a few other suits.
You're sponsored.
I wasn't sponsored. they wouldn't go so far as to sponsor me, because I wasn't a surfer. I was just somebody wearing their stuff. So, but they gave me a few things that I wore, and at one point I asked them for some neoprene so I could make a suit out of it. So I actually have which is strange. It's a neoprene and wool suit. Just kept me warm.
That sounds tight. I like it.
Kept you very warm, and I wore it at the Grammys, but never got a chance to be in it, because we performed at that Grammys, so I was wearing something completely different. But I have a suit made out of the material.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Well, so the album Vivid, 25 years since it's come out. You know, obviously it changed music.
Right. It tried.
I think it changed music. When you go around, you know, of course, Cult of Personality is, you know, probably a lot of people's favorite jam. You get deeper, Open Letter to a Landlord, you know, Glamour Boys, of course.
Right.
Are you surprised at the crowds, you know, now, 25 years later? Like, what is the crowd reaction to the album?
It's good, you know, because there's a lot of stuff we didn't play. Like, we didn't play I Want to Know live very often. Not this particular version. Before we recorded it, we played a lot more. But and the sequence in which all these songs are doing, it's almost like the show is backwards, because we start with Cult's personality and end with Which Way to America. So
you're true to the album,
right? It's kind of interesting to start with a song that everybody's familiar with and then work your way down. But what I always thought was very interesting was that this record came out at a time when there was cassettes. So you had to go through these songs. You had to go through the songs
exactly. Yes.
You didn't hear live in order to get to the songs you dug. So you had to skip through and fast forward, and then you heard parts of I Want to Know. And like, oh, okay, I heard that song. And then you wanted to skip forward. You wanted to hear Desperate People, or you heard Broken Hearts. You had to hear it because it was on a cassette. It wasn't like a CD where you can just press on one.
Different experience,
right.
For sure.
Exactly. So it was a different kind of vibe. And it's a different vibe for us to play it all the way through.
Hell yeah. Well, hey, we're so excited to have you guys down here at the Belly Up, man. Living Color, especially, coming from, New York City.
Right.
It was like, the album is obviously politically charged, and it's, it's fucking rocking.
Right.
And we took something out of it. It made us want to go surfing.
Well, good.
So the wetsuit, was a tiny part of what made us, connect. But the music itself was launched 1,000 good sessions.
I hope so.
So thank you for
No
that.
doubt.
Thank you, brother. We're excited to see you. I don't know if I'm gonna wear this wetsuit all night. Just I don't know how you did it. So my hat's off to you.
You see me, I'm not in it now. So,
well, I'll let you borrow it if you want, and we'll leave it on the bus just in case you want to get up.
That's okay. I have a few at home I can deal with.
Okay.
So
Hell yeah.
all right.
Corey Glover from the band Living Color, the 25th anniversary of the seminal album Vivid, on tour now. If you don't have the album, get it. You can buy it on iTunes, but if you can buy it tape.
You can get
That's
tape.
the shit right there.
Absolutely. Get it on cassette.
Get it on cassette. You heard it here. Cote's Cube, Mr. Corey Glover. Thank you so much, my brother.
Peace.